everybody, it's just me and my kitty girl. Welcome to Butterfly Talk, which is now on YouTube. My name is Sylvia, and my son Nikki has recessive dystrophic EB. He's 23 years old. So today I wanted to talk about coping. Before I get started, I want to show you my shirt. Okay, let me see. Go a little bit back. It's called I Love Someone with Epidermolysis Bullosa, to the moon and back. This is one of my oldest shirts, and I don't know where I got it, but before I post the video, I will look for it online, and I'll post the link if I can. Okay, so if I can find it, I guess. And the mug of the day is my S mug. I'm always drinking coffee. All morning. I used to have a boss when I worked at Babbage's, my good friend Darren, and he drank coffee all day long. I thought it was just crazy, but that's how I am now too, so that's, I guess it's not so crazy anymore. So anyway, this mug I got at Target. I'm not usually one that buys mugs with an initial, but I really liked this one with the S. So I'm like, that's pretty. So anyway, before I get started, okay, so the topic is coping techniques, what helps me or has helped me, and what helps Nikki. And so it will go into two different forms. Now, before I get started, I wanted to read you a portion from my book, Butterfly Child. And the portion that I'm going to read is interesting because this is what helped me after Alex died. Alex was my first baby. He was stillborn at full term, and it was devastating. I had a dream last night that it happened again, and I was just completely inconsolable. So it's just pretty weird. But anyway, this is how people help me cope with Alex's death. This is on page 23. Truthfully, my bedroom needed to be cleaned out of all the baby things, the crib, the baby clothes, the diapers. They were just too depressing. The house was also full of flowers from relatives and friends. It was beautiful and painful at the same time. The cards kept pouring in, and I was in continuous awe of what people would write. Some people wrote the most wonderful things. I found it quite interesting how the cards felt like oxygen to me. And when I got flowers, I sat in amazement. I read and reread the heartfelt sentiments. They made me cry. Subspace signal. But they helped. People will never know how much I cherished each and every word, each and every petal. They helped me to get to the next day. It helped me regain my strength. I kept them all in Alex's memory book. Sorry about that. My phone, I'm a big Trekkie, and so that's my saying that I have a message. Anyway, so examples of coping, what helps me. Distraction is key. Entertainment is key. I just talked to my psychiatrist over the phone last week, and he was wondering, okay, I need to really turn this off. Okay, silent mode on. Sorry about that. So I talked to my psychiatrist last week. I talk to him once every 3 months. He prescribes me the Lexapro, is my antidepressant. And he asked me, what are you doing to entertain yourself, to keep busy? And that made me think for a second. That's a coping technique, isn't it? Entertainment, distraction. I like to talk about it. I know this kind of productive. It's not really a distraction, but it helps me. So whatever helps me, right? So I talk about it. Of course, I write books. I write blogs. I write all the time. I love to write. I got that from my mom. My mom is a big writer. It helps me, and hopefully it helps others. That would be a nice bonus. Another thing I do, I watch way too much TV. I watch TV all day long, all the time, even as a soundtrack. I don't even watching it, but just love to have certain shows in my peripheral, And I love it. Of course, there's certain shows like Outlander. The Outlander is an obsession for me that is just beyond compare. I've never been this obsessed about a show. I mean, I'm a huge Trekkie. I watch every Trek there is, but I don't watch it 2, 3, 4, or 5 times. There are episodes of Outlander I've watched a dozen times. I mean, that's how obsessed I am. So anyway, I find that a good obsession. Another thing I do, I love genealogy. People that know me know that. I mean, I've done my family tree. I can't wait to go to Italy again and do more. So it's fun. I love biographies. Biographies are the salt of the earth for me. I've learned so much just reading about other people's struggles and how they cope. I don't read about just any celebrity of any kind just because I like them. They had to go through something. The loss of a child is on top of the list, but it might also be about specific issues. For example, I read Andrea Bocelli's biography because of his blindness. I wanted to know how he coped with that, and that was extremely interesting. And of course, I even had the audiobook of Caitlyn Jenner's trans journey, and I find that absolutely fascinating. I also read a lot of special need parenting books, although now there's not that many. And some of these that I'm reading, gosh, I wish I would have read this 20 years ago, so, but anyway. Another thing I do, this is pre-COVID, of course, because now we're just stuck at home, is thrift store shopping. I love thrift store shopping. Shout out to my friend Victoria. She goes with me. I love Victoria. She loves all the things I like. So anyway, I miss going, so hopefully I will be able to go soon. Recharging my batteries, it's a big thing as well. It's not so bad now that Nikki's 23. Nikki now, he just wants to rush the bandage changes. Okay, if it lasts, I mean, yesterday I did, not yesterday, 2 days ago, we changed all his bandages of his arms in 35 minutes. It was like a new record. It used to take all day. It used to literally take all day. When I worked, I had to take a day off from work to do his bandages. It's how involved that was. Now he just wants to hurry, let's get it done. And so, okay. And so I have more time to just, do things for me. And so I love taking a bath. I try to do that once a week. I put nice Epsom salts in it and stuff just to invigorate my body a little bit. I love playing my little games on my iPad. I do Words with Friends. A new one was Cooking Country. It's like so much fun. And so my coping techniques basically are do what inspires me. So do what inspires you. Enjoy it. Still, of course, you need to take care of things that must be done, but you got to take care of yourself. Finally, what helps me and will help me the most through my journey with losing Alex a full term and 23 years living with EB with my son Nikki is the belief that we chose this life. I know a lot of people don't believe in the afterlife and any of that stuff, but I do believe that we are spirits having a human experience rather than the opposite. Our spirits need to learn some lessons, whether that is appreciation, patience, compassion, hope, love. And so that's why we're going through this, to learn these lessons. That's why anybody goes through anything in their life, because they need to learn. And that helps me cope more than anything else. I'll put a link to a blog I wrote about a great medium who channeled Alex for me, and it was a complete eye-opener. I love this medium so much, and she's awesome. But there's many out there that are really true, and are really the real deal. So anyway, that's what helps me. What helps Nikki? Nikki's a boy. And boys are very different than girls. I'm very happy that Nikki's a boy dealing with EB because he's able to just distract himself. And he tells me this, I just don't think about it, Mom. I don't want to think about it. So distraction is key in his book. He sleeps a lot. I just posted an update on my Facebook profile. Nikki has a weird schedule. He'll be awake 24 hours, then sleep 19 hours, then he'll be awake 10 hours, sleep 14 hours, and then it's just, I never know when he's awake. But he remembers his dreams. He loves it. He wakes up and I'm like, Mama, let me tell you about my dream. And then he tells me in details everything that happened. How do you even, I don't even remember barely my dreams. I certainly don't remember details. And so he loves dreaming because in his dreams he can run, he can play, he can do whatever he wants. So that's awesome. And of course play video games. He plays video games all day long. He plays all kinds of games. I know people always ask me, what does he play? I want to play with him. I couldn't even tell you because one day he's all into Mario stuff. The next day he's doing Minecraft. The next day League of Legends. Another day Dead by Daylight, he tells me. I don't even know these games. And then some days all he does is watch cooking shows on his computer. It's just, I never know. He's just loves to distract himself. There's TV shows. When we used to watch TV before he was hospitalized for in and off 6 months last year because of his G-tube issues, we used to do bandages on the couch in the living room, and we used to watch shows that he liked, like Young Sheldon. He loved comedies, and so we used to watch like Young Sheldon, or God, I'm trying to think some of the shows he used to like, or the Goldbergs, because he said, I love watching it because you are Beverly Goldberg, Mama. You tell me that constantly. And it's funny because my husband started watching the Goldbergs and I'm like, oh my God, that's you. You're Beverly Goldberg. I'm like, I know. Nikki tells me all the time. But anyway, since he got home from the hospital in July of last year, we just do bandages at his computer chair. I just come up with all his bandages stuff and I just do it. And that's why he says, like, hurry up, Mama. Let's finish it up. And so I try to hurry up. So anyway, that's what he does. He loves it. He would love to go places. I told Connor yesterday that once all this COVID quarantine stuff is open, we're going to Disneyland. And Nikki was like, I want to go too, but that's too hard. And I'm like, well, you tell me if there comes a point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to do it. You let me know and I'll take you wherever you want, and he knows that. So that's pretty much it. So to all EB parents out there, do what you need to make yourself feel better. The condition is hard enough to live with. Do you like to crochet? Crochet. Do you want to play games? Play games. Do you want to do puzzles? Scrapbooking? Playing an instrument? Hiking. I love to go hiking. But of course, social distancing now, it's a thing. So I won't be doing that for a long time. You want to paint? You want to binge watching? Outlander is a good binge watching show. Yes. And do what you want. Who cares what people think? It is what it is. So, thank you for watching. And if you'd like to suggest a topic or if you have a suggestion, put it below in the comments. And subscribe and turn on the bell below if you want to be notified of new episodes. Again, I'll be doing them once or twice a month, depends on what I like to talk about. My next episode, I want to talk about all the different bandaging available that I've used on Nikki, that I haven't used on Nikki. I know every child with EB is different, and so we use different things. But I know I could have definitely used the guide when Nikki was born. Things like Mepilex or Mepitel didn't even come around until Nikki was already 4 or 5 years old. And so before then, Gosh, if these would have been available before, Nikki would be much better now, because some of these products have made the healing so much better. And with at least my son, but generally with recessive dystrophic, the better the wound healed, the stronger the skin becomes. It's kind of, well, anyway, it's a topic for the next video. So anyway, thank you for watching. Mwah. Stay safe. Bye-bye.